Now we're going to go to 904 Mcdonald Avenue.
Hello, I'm standing in front of the 904 Mcdonald Avenue residence. That's where Alfred Hitchcock shot most of the family scenes, July 1942. So the house pretty much looks exactly the same as it looked 68 years ago. So it's a quiet street, nice, and pretty much not much changed here. Here it is. Enjoy.
As you walk down the street of Mcdonald Avenue in Santa Rosa, it looks almost identical to the movie. You could almost imagine yourself walking down the street with the characters in the movie. It looks exactly the same. You can almost imagine the way Alfred Hitchcock must have thought when he walked down the street 68 years ago. This town was supposed to represent an idyllic American small town, a sunny, peaceful paradise visited by evil. Alfred Hitchcock would have liked to film the entire movie on location, but he was unable to. I'm standing in front of the Mcdonald House. This is the house Alfred Hitchcock noticed when he was roaming around Santa Rosa, and he thought it would be the perfect house to depict where the family of young Charlie would live. Thornton Wilder thought the house looked like it would have been in a higher income bracket than a bank clerk, which was young Charlie's father's position at the time. When they looked into it, they had realized that the house was owned by a physician, but Alfred Hitchcock wanted to dispel reality, and he chose the house, and they used it in the movie. As you can see, it still looks fairly similar to the way it did in the movie. 68 years ago, in 1942, that's where they filmed this movie. Today, the house looks in perfect condition, and it's been very well kept up. This is the house where Shadow of a Doubt filmed the Newton family home, 904 Mcdonald Avenue. One of the families in the movie, Shadow of a Doubt, entertains the charming Uncle Charlie, played by Joseph Cotten, suddenly arrived from the East. They are unaware that he is a fugitive serial killer of rich widows. Hitchcock spent much of his time getting to know the locals, and Santa Rosa comes across as a real place, even down to the use of its rightful name, and the attractive, turn-of-the-century white house on the tree-shaded Mcdonald Avenue still exists today. Although Hitchcock would have liked to have shot the entire film on location, wartime conditions required most of the interiors to be filmed at Universal Studios. Hitchcock didn't have to change a thing except to put a coat of oil on the Victorian at 904 Mcdonald Avenue he had chosen to be the family home. The owner, Dr. Clifford Carlson, had been so pleased when his house was selected, he'd spruced it up with a new coat of white paint between the Hitchcock visit and the arrival of the actors. It looked too new, Hitchcock said, and he ordered it oiled.
Here in a different angle, the Mcdonald House, you see the famous porch now, where they go in and out, and then a lot of stuff happens. And the day is a day like almost a black and white day with the clouds in the background. Hopefully you see it behind the house. And this tree on the left looks to me as about 78 years old. He could have been around back in the day.
Shadow of a Doubt was a lot of firsts. It was the English director's first truly American film. It was the first movie of many made in Santa Rosa, and it was the first time in decades a major studio had gone on location. The story Hitchcock wanted to tell was about what happens when an evil force invades an idyllic small town populated by average American families. To write the film, he hired the acknowledged expert on small-town Americana, Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright and novelist Thornton Wilder, whose Our Town was a Broadway success in a recent movie. Had there been no war, Hitchcock may well have built his small-town idol on a Hollywood sound set and given it a generic name, like Grover's Corners. When it was time for Uncle Charlie to move on, he took the same train he rode in on. There is no longer a passenger train to Santa Rosa, but the old stone station house is still 6 minutes away at Railroad Square on 4th Street.